This is episode 5 of Saving Wanda. As you can see, Wanda's really starting to look like a lawnmower now. She's a sort of a Frankenstein mower. I got the deck separate, got the engine separately. The gas tank is from another mower, the carburetor's from another mower, the rewinder's from a different mower, the handle's from a different mower, the blade is from a different mower, the adapters for the blade are from a different mower. I've changed the wheels out in the back so they're not quite as wobbly, and the kill cable has been modified, and she runs. Let me show you where we are now. I try to repair these mowers and get them running without putting a lot of money into them because then I have to charge more for them. So if I can keep the cost down, then I can sell this to a homeowner who doesn't want to spend a lot of money on a mower. I had to drill this handle to make a space for this eye hook because there was no correct hole. That would have been too high. That one is too small, so I used this one. And I drilled that out so that would fit through there. Obviously, this kill switch is not standard, and what I do is I modify these with a slightly weaker spring, so it does move the kill switch out of the way, and this will then start. And then that weak little spring, if you move the handle forward, then it will shut off. Now, there's not an engine brake, so to speak, but it does shut off. So this mower is not for everybody. The blade I had to change, and it is, let me show you that. I did not have a blade that would fit this adapter. You know, if I could have found a blade that had an offset where it drops down, so you guys are familiar with these that kind of go down like that, that would have been great, but I didn't have one, so I had one of these kind of standard, they call them the bow tie blade, which is, let me show you a new one. This is a new one. This is a bow tie blade, center hole. And the problem with that is that I did not have a 20-incher. I had a 21-incher that was worn. And so what I do is I get my bench grinder and I grind off about a half-inch off this side and a half-inch off that side and sharpen it up real good. And I've got a good long cutting edge there. And but it was riding up too high in the deck. So I've got another adapter on here as a spacer, and that's all it is. It's not, you know, it's not a bow tie type adapter, because the bow tie adapter would be too long. It's too long this way. So this one fits just right, but you've got to be able to get you a washer on there and put enough pressure on this to really lock it on, and then it's fine. But you've got to address this the fact that there's so much space here. And so you have to find you a blade screw that has a washer on it that fills that void in the center. And so I found one and put it at the base of this screw. And so now that washer is filling that void in here, so this blade doesn't move around on that screw, because you know it's got to be locked in. You don't want a bunch of vibration up in there. So that's how I modified the blade so that this mower will cut properly, so that the blade is far enough down where it touches the grass. If you modify these and then have the blade sitting up too high up in the deck, it's not going to cut grass well. You'll set it to where it's supposed to cut low, and you practically have the frame dragging on the ground. You know, the deck barely goes over the grass without dragging, and that's because for it to cut, it's got to be set low. And even then, the blade's so high up in there, it's not cutting short. It's still cutting pretty tall. So you got to overcome those kind of things. I did change the wheels out in the back, so this one matches the one on the other side in the back, and then these are the two originals that are in the front. The kill switch modification, I wanted to show you how you can do that. Again, I've got a weaker spring down here. Let me show you what I mean. See, that's not a big heavy-duty spring. It's just a spring that will carry the switch back to kill it there. So that's where the mower would go off. So what you do is you save the end of your cables. You know, when you have an old mower come in that's rusted and all that, try to get that cable end off so that you can make an extension. And you just you form a loop on the end of that steel cable, and then put a little 3/8 screw and a washer and a 7/16 nut on there, and then you attach an old piece of nylon pull cord and secure it up here. I use a nut, or you could just tie it, because there's not a lot of pressure on that spring. It's so weak. And then you've got a will-do kill switch. All right, so we've got a Frankenstein Wanda push mower, and we're ready to start her up. She does prime. Let me show you that. If you press the primer, you'll see fuel go in there. You can hear it there. See that? I don't know if you can see it or not because I'm wiggling so much, but there's some fuel squirting in there. So that'll go in there. That's going to prime okay. I do need to put an air filter on her, but it's had been raining earlier, but I think it's okay. Let me see. Oh, it's still raining a little bit, so I would not want to put this out there to run in the rain. So I'm going to install the air filter, which is this guy, and she's going to be good to go. I cranked it late yesterday afternoon, and she runs fine now. So Wanda is now a running mower with all kinds of modifications, and now you know how to do them yourself. If you ever want to get that old mower in your backyard that's been sitting out there not running, or you find an old one, that's how you get them going. So stay tuned, and I'll be posting more videos on how to repair these old mowers.